In a continuously evolving world, I believe the most needed leadership quality is cultural competence. It's about leading with integrity, it's about leading with empathy, and being able to understand, respect, and work with others across cultural backgrounds.
In a continuously evolving world, the most needed leadership qualities are adaptability and being an inclusive leader. Adaptability is needed to face all the challenges that come at us every single day. And being an inclusive leader is needed because the world is very, very diverse, and it is important for people to feel valued, heard, and really empowered to make a difference. Together, these qualities really not only make a difference for better teams, but also to build a better future for all of us.
In the profound words of Miles Monroe, leadership is not about control but service. It's not about power, but empowerment. True leadership lies in selfless service to others, not in wielding control. It thrives in the empowerment of those we lead, not in the accumulation of power. Let us embrace a leadership that uplifts, inspires, and enables others to reach their full potential. In doing so, we redefine leadership, transforming it into a force for positive change and collective growth.
The leadership qualities I most admire in others are the commitment to growth, both personal and collective. Leaders who listen attentively, guide with empathy, communicate with clarity, and nurture their team's potential truly embody the essence of inspirational leadership.
In a continuously evolving world, I believe the most important leadership attributes are someone who is forward-thinking with ideas for a better future, somebody who's empathetic and wanting to include all voices, maybe even those that aren't even in the room, and someone who has courage to make decisions and do what's right.
In a continuously evolving world, I believe the most needed leadership qualities are kindness, communication, and the resolve to stand shoulder to shoulder with the people you're leading and serving.
Today, in our evolving world, we critically need leaders of high moral character and personal integrity. Leaders who can foster and mentor strong, diverse, and collaborative teams, have the courage to stand up for what they believe in, and who have a commitment to service in their community are essential. While it is not always easy, those ambitious enough to lead by example and live by essential tenets including trustworthiness, kindness, bravery, hard work ethic, and self-responsibility can only result in ultimately bettering the world.
One of my favorite leadership quotes is by famous Lebanese poet Khalil Gibran, and he says, "To understand the heart and mind of a person, look not at what he has already achieved, but instead what he aspires to." A good leader will see the strengths of their teammates and plug them into places where he or she feels they can be successful. But a great leader, they see what inspires and drives and motivates those teammates and helps give them the resources and empowers them to reach for the stars, even when they think it's not possible.
Inspired by Amelia Earhart in my childhood, I'm happy one of her quotes guides me in my career. She said, "Some of us have great runways already built for us. If you have one, take off. But if you don't have one, realize it is your responsibility to grab a shovel and build one for yourself and for those who will follow after you." I resonate with this quote as an Indian American woman who does not see herself represented in the education industry. So it fuels me to create pathways for myself and our future leaders.
Leadership qualities most needed in an evolving world are humility, receptivity, and use of data-driven decision-making. A motto I have for myself as a reminder is, do what is effective over what is typical. Sometimes what is needed falls in the gaps between job descriptions or how things are usually done. And by having the humility to consistently seek and act on information and ideas from people and partners working on the ground, we ensure that we are responsive, aligned, and impactful even as things change.
In a continuously evolving world, I believe the most needed leadership qualities
are resilience, empathy, authenticity, and humility. Resilience because overcoming challenges is a powerful trait to have. Empathy because we need leaders who are fueled by a sense of passion and a desire to help others. Authenticity because we need to lead even when no one else is looking. That is what makes a great leader. And humility because we need to be grounded in who we are at all times. These are the 4 leadership qualities that are going to be crucial in building a better future.
My favorite leadership quote is, "I am in charge, I am not in control." It's easy to sometimes forget how little we can control in what happens in our lives. But as leaders, it's important to know how to take charge and to know the difference between being in charge and being in control.
My favorite leadership quote, and one that resonates a lot with me, is one by Simon Sinek, which says, "Leadership is not about being in charge, it's about taking care of those in your charge." The quote captures really the essence of leadership. It's not about authority, it's not about being in control, but it's rather about supporting and servicing those people around you so that they can achieve their maximum potential and thrive on a daily basis.
The leadership quality I most admire in others is the ability to admit mistakes and learn from one's failures. We must all acknowledge our own limitations, accept feedback, and prioritize the greater good over personal recognition.
The leadership qualities I most admire in others are integrity, compassion, and grit. Honesty and ethical conduct are the hallmarks of a good leader, and grit keeps you moving forward in the face of adversity.
A leadership quality I most admire is the profound ability to empower others. Nowhere is this more prevalent than in the field of education. A remarkable leader understands that their influence extends beyond personal success. In my work, unlocking the potential with students, fostering a sense of community among families, and nurturing the growth of our dedicated staff. In empowering others, a leader transforms not only individuals, but entire communities.
My favorite quote on leadership is, "More is lost by indecision than wrong decision," because I think more and more organizations are looking to leaders to lead their staff to execute the mission and vision and to get out of the way.
In a continuously evolving world, I believe that the most important qualities for a leader are flexibility as well as empathy. Things are always consistently changing, and you have to be able to roll with the punches as a leader and be open to new ideas to be able to continue to keep up with the changes, as well as you have to be able to show empathy with your coworkers, your staff, making sure that you understand where they're coming from, as well as some of the things that they might be dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
In a continuously evolving world, the most important leadership qualities are civility and compromise. The ability to listen to one another, to understand, and to debate without sinking to deeper levels. And then to make changes for the greater good.
The leadership qualities I admire most in others are patience and kindness. When we're able to listen to one another, when we're able to hear from other people's perspectives, when we're able to be patient, we're able to guide others to a place of collaborative solutions, working together to make the world a more just and fair place.
Leadership qualities that I admire most in others is authenticity and staying human-centered while making those tough decisions. I believe that leadership who guides their team and empowers others to feel invited into the conversation are able to make a lasting impact on not only their team, but the communities they serve.
The leadership quality I most admire in others is actually resilience. I believe that leaders have to show up every single day with a fire in their bellies to be able to inspire their teams. And one of my mantras in life has been the 3 Ps: passion, perseverance, and purpose. So if you're showing up every single day with perseverance, with that fire in the belly and moving towards a purpose, I think that's what true leadership is.
In a continuously evolving world, I believe that the most needed leadership qualities are purpose, grit, and grace. Purpose in your practice, wherever that may guide you. Grit for those days where not everything will go your way. And grace for yourself and others. Because we're not designing a world for the past or even the present, but for generations to come.
In a continuously evolving world, I believe that the most needed leadership quality is pragmatism, principled approach, and a sense of purpose. Through these 3 P's, we can ensure that we are staying true to ourselves, but we have the underlying goal in mind to actually be effective and accomplish what we want to do.
In a continuously evolving world, I believe the most needed leadership qualities embody adaptability, empathy, and vision. Imagine a leader who doesn't just navigate the storm, but dances in the rain, inspiring others with their resilience. Leaders rise to the challenge, embracing the call to lead with courage, compassion, and clarity. Remember, in every moment of uncertainty, there lies an opportunity to innovate, to unite, and to inspire. Let's seize that opportunity, knowing that our collective journey towards a brighter tomorrow begins with the leadership qualities we choose to embody today.
My favorite leadership quote is, "It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are," by E. Cummings, because it reminds us that change and growth requires reflection and determination, but also requires us to evolve and embrace new perspectives.
I believe the most needed leadership quality is humanity. Despite what books say about leaders taking blame and giving credit, being compassionate and passionate, empathetic and energetic, perfect leaders just don't exist. What we need are leaders who embody these qualities, but accept that they will fall short repeatedly. These are leaders who admit mistakes, apologize, and learn from them. Those who recognize humanity in others and embrace it in themselves.
What do I think leaders need in today's environment? And my word of the year is actually compassion. And I really do think that leaders today, if we lead with compassion and lead with what is good for our company, what's good for our people, is ultimately good for everybody, right? So whether you have, people that need flexible work situations, remote work situations, have family issues, when you approach a situation with compassion, that then breeds a better working environment for everybody and ultimately a better world.
The leadership qualities I most admire in other leaders are honesty, integrity, and empowerment. I think all of these 3 leadership qualities are important in the workplace and outside of the workplace, because you need to be able to trust your leaders in a real authentic way, but also a leader that helps empower their team professionally and personally so that they can be the best version of themselves.
In a continuously evolving world, I believe the most needed leadership qualities are humbleness, tenacity, passion, and commitment. A leader that knows their why and is reflective in their practice. A leader that not only grows themselves, but those around them.
The leadership quality I admire most in others is empathy. Because true leadership does not know continents, borders, race, gender, or personal views. Leadership is a deeply personal relationship between a leader and their team members, and is different in every situation. A leader must be able to adjust their leadership style based on their team member to lead them to their fullest potential.
The leadership qualities I most admire in others are empathy, confidence, and genuineness. When I think of my mentors and role models and the qualities that they exhibit, it includes valuing diverse opinions, exploring others' ideas, and regularly seeking feedback. They are present and actively listening in all of the spaces they occupy. Strong leaders are reliable, consistent, and patient. But most importantly, the leaders I most admire have a contagious passion and enthusiasm for their work.
So the leadership quality that I admire the most is walking your talk. So being that person that actually walks the talk that they tell other people, making sure that we model what leadership should look like, and also, just think outside the box and be someone that's willing to push through the adversity and, chart a new path.
My favorite leadership quote is by Harriet Tubman. Her quote reminds us that each person has within them the qualities to do something great for the betterment of all. Her quote says, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer." Always remember, you have within you the strength, patience, and passion to reach for the stars and change the world.
In a continuously evolving world, I believe the most needed leadership qualities include flexibility and a sense of humility as we approach unforeseen circumstances, new technologies, and an ever-changing local and global community.
In a continuously evolving world, I believe the most needed leadership qualities are empathy, creativity, and bravery. To address some of the most pressing issues facing our community, our country, and our world, I think impactful leaders have the ability to look at a situation and want better for their neighbor, to approach old problems with new energy and ideas, and to risk failure in an effort to create change.
In a continuously evolving world, I believe the most needed leadership qualities are all interrelated with the concept of high agency. People considered high agency don't accept the story or label they're given. It's the type of person with confidence and conviction in what they know, but an equal level of humility that enables them to adjust course as they learn. They are self-accountable, relentlessly optimistic, resourceful, and somehow figure out a way to make it happen.
The quote I want to share is actually a line from the poet Bob Hickok, who writes, "Let us all be from somewhere. Let us tell each other everything we can." To face the challenges ahead of us, we all need to be learning from each other all the time, sharing the stories that we don't always tell, and, crucially, uplifting the voices that we don't always hear.
In this continuously evolving world, I believe the most needed leadership qualities are the ability to adapt, the ability to listen, and the willingness to serve others. That's how you make a difference. That's how you be the change you want to see.
The leadership qualities I'd most admire in others are fairness, integrity, curiosity, and strong communication.